Hello Taurus, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Taurus for the week of September 12th. Now do keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have here for you, Taurus. Now I'm using the Psychic Tarot as well as the Higher Self Affirmation deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. All right, let's go ahead and make sure we're all set up and in view here. All right, I think that looks just about good enough to me. We'll go ahead and put this up here, and then I'll also take 3 of these oracle cards to clarify as we go along. All right. So, Taurus, definitely like what I see here for you. I think some of you have successfully communicated something related to a promotion, potentially. Some of you may have successfully asked for a raise here in the past. That's really narrow, so obviously not everybody has done this, but if that's not the case, I think some of you have successfully done something important with communication in a career or a workplace context. I think that some of you have taken appropriate action on a work situation or a career situation, and as a result, you are getting the appropriate outcome. And I will talk about that more as we go along. And in the future here, you definitely have some sort of, or you could be having some sort of wish that comes into your life here. It will be one of these things where when the wish comes in, you're going to have to, stand strong and, kind of take the bull by the horns type of situation and kind of go for it. But I definitely feel like there could be something really nice coming in here for you in the future as well. So let's just go ahead and let's dive in. Let's get some more messages. So in the overall situation here, you have this balance card, which is the Justice card in the tarot. And so obviously there are messages of balance when you get this card. You can see there all 4 suits and elements of the tarot, the wands, the pentacles, the cups, and the swords here are on the card, indicating kind of this idea of balancing out all areas of life. However, the Justice card is this idea that at the end of the day, we all get the outcome that we deserve. And so I talked about at the beginning of this reading about how, or the opening message here, about how I think some of you have taken appropriate action, and as a result, you've gotten an appropriate outcome. And I think that this is another way of saying karma. Okay, the Justice card is one of the major karma cards in the tarot, and really karma is just the accumulation of the actions that we take day in and day out. Every time we take an action, we accumulate karma. And I think some of you have set yourself up for a really nice situation based on taking a balanced approach, but also kind of doing what you feel is right for you, right? Taking the actions that feel properly in alignment with you and for you. And so I think that these things are sort of really rewarding you in the present and in the future. In the past, though, you do have this recognition and reward as well as the throat chakra. So the recognition and reward is the 3 of Pentacles card, which can come forward when, I noticed this card comes forward when you're maybe, like the example that I give with this card is you do well in a project and that sort of piques the interest of your boss or in somebody in your organization, which can then kind of roll into a job raise. It's sort of the initial kind of hard work that you need, or the groundwork that you need to lay in order to sort of move up in an organization, or in order to sort of be recognized for the work that you do. That can then eventually sort of tumble into or roll into a job raise. And so in other words, I think some of you have done well on a project. I also think some of you have communicated your desires appropriately to maybe your authority figure, your boss, or somebody within your organization about getting a raise. And I say that because you have this throat chakra with it, which is about your communication. Throat chakra oftentimes comes forward when we need to either clear the air or clear our ability to communicate in some ways, or our energies around communication. It can also come forward in the way that we speak to ourselves, the way that we talk to ourselves. And so I actually feel, though, like this is some type of communication related to career. Okay, I think that this is very heavy for some of you in the past. Or I should say that there's like a very heavy meaning. I don't mean like heavy in a challenging way, but I think that this has been a big focus of the past for you here, communicating as it relates to work. And I think that you've done very good, it seems like, because you have the Justice card in the middle at communicating what you've needed to communicate on. In the future, you have the 9 of Cups as well as the 7 of Wands, rather. 9 of Cups and the 7 of Wands. So this is the fulfillment of wishes and stand your ground. And so the 9 of Cups is one of the major wish cards in the tarot. It's one of the happiest cards, one of the most positive cards to find in a tarot reading. And according to the author in this deck, the author considers this to be the most positive card in this psychic tarot deck. And, you know, you can see the symbolism here where the leaf here has grown into something amazing, and not only has it grown into something amazing, but there's also this chest symbolism indicating rewards and riches and kind of seeing your desires met and your needs met here, feeling content about where you are and in your situation. You have this here with the 7 of Wands, which is all about standing your ground. It can be a card that comes forward when there's competition. What's interesting is the 3 of Pentacles is a card associated with your teammates, your colleagues, the people that you work with. And the 7 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles for me is a classic combination of workplace competition. But I don't feel a negative energy about that. I feel like, you know, whenever there's money on the line in terms of like a job raise, there will be competition. Most of the times in my experience. And so it is possible that some of you are, you know, kind of seeing this wish come forward, but when this wish comes in, you really have to kind of, I would say, be careful about dipping into any self-sabotaging behavior, and instead just take the reward. Like take what you're being given here and recognize that you have worked very hard for what you are being given, and it's an appropriate reward for appropriate work. And so stand your ground, let go of self-sabotage at this time, Taurus, is what I feel like saying. Let's go ahead and let's move up the pyramid here. So you have the Empress, you have the 7 of Cups, the solar plexus chakra, and you have the World. I do not read reversals. Okay, so, all right, so yeah. So some of you here, there's going to be something related to confidence and courage that is going to be required of you in the future with this, something that you've been hoping for here. It seems to be like it could be on the way. There could be an arrival. Now, remember, timelines change, situations change. Just keep that in mind. But, you know, with the Universe, which is the World card, fulfillment of wish, and the 7 of Wands, it's like that's major completion around success and around some type of wish that you've wanted to see come into your life. And so I definitely feel like there's some good energy here in the future for sure for you. But the thing is, you're also being asked to, there's something around confidence and courage that you are going to have to display in order to sort of best put yourself in this position, or best put yourself in this position to sort of receive this wish or whatever it is that you've been looking to have come in. Because of the solar plexus, which is your power center, solar plexus is right above the belly button, and it's right in the abdomen's section. And this is your power center, this is your courage, your confidence. It's like a generator. And all of those, and also issues, it can be tied into issues around self-worth. And be careful of self-sabotage here, is what I feel like saying, because it's like you have been very strong in getting some type of appropriate reward here in the future. So, you know, don't let all of your hard work go to waste, is what I feel like saying. Fertility, this Empress card is a major sign of abundance, and the Seven of Cups is all about having an abundance of choice and options that can be in front of you. And so it's almost like there are definitely so many different roads here that you've seen, and definitely so many different choices that have been sort of, what I should say is there have definitely been a whole bunch of doors that have opened for you based on this like really solid communication, or this really solid sort of healthy work situation here that has happened. This has opened so many doors for you, and you have an abundance of opportunity to sort of look at here. And I think it's just a matter of making sure you're not dipping into self-sabotage, as I've said. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at these 3 oracle cards here. Okay, so you have, let's start over at the left. So you have frequency. I choose the frequency I emit. Thoughts are electric. Your frequency is your life force. Emotions are magnetic. I love that card. You have radiance. I am the light illuminating everything. Radiate light energy. And you also have healing. I am insourcing healing to my powerful mind, body, spirit. Know thyself, heal thyself, love thyself. Yeah, I mean, look, this goes into this idea of making sure that you are just accepting and recognizing that it's okay to be successful in life. It is 100% okay to be successful. I think some of you are emitting the frequency of success, and as a result, you have a major opportunity to attract success in the future, but you have to keep that vibration up, and you have to keep emitting that frequency here. And just ensuring that you are not kind of losing out on everything that you've worked hard for, because just be careful of I sound like a broken record, but be careful of not sabotaging this situation. I know I've said it a bunch of times, but it seems very important. Let's go ahead and let's get some additional messages here. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. So you have the 6 of Swords, you have the 2 of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, and you also have the 9 of Wands. 6 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. Okay, so moving on, which is the 6 of Swords here. This represents a transition in one's life, a transition to somewhere new, a transition to a new place, a new timeline, a new opportunity in your life. I was expecting to see this card. You have this movement, choices, and decisions, this 2 of Pentacles card. You can see that all of these doors are in front of them. And the thing is that this person, which is in this case representing you, the reality is that you have opened all of these doors for yourself, right? One door has Pentacles, one door has, love and marriage, one door has nature, presumably health. One door has thoughts. They obviously all tie into the tarot cards, the suits in the tarot. But the idea here is that pick a door, choose a door. Is it door number 1, door number 2, door number 3, door number 4? Which door do you want to sort of walk into at this time? Because again, the high vibration that you've emitted here in the past, the high frequency that you've emitted, that you've put out to the world, has attracted many things into your life. And again, I think that this is because you've probably got into some type of really healthy alignment with your career situation, and now it's kind of time to sort of reap a reward. This is a really positive reading. You have the 9 of Wands here, which is the spiritual strength card. This is the idea of not giving up, okay? Having the courage to continue moving forward and to really go for something. You have the Hope card, which is the Star, and the 6 of Wands. So pretty incredible here. So the Star card is all about, it's the other wish card. So there's definitely major wish energy here that is showing up in the reading. You have the 2 wish cards. The Star card is all about hope, healing, optimism for the future. It's a wish being granted to you. And it's, for me, one of the best cards to find in a tarot reading. You also have this 6 of Wands, which is all about exceeding expectations, victory, success, being triumphant in your life. And what's interesting is the 3 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands have always connected to me. in that the Three of Pentacles is the initial sort of groundwork that you lay to get the job raise, as I've talked about. And the Six of Wands, this can indicate the job raise coming into you, or coming kind of like the celebration that comes along with the job raise. And so I do feel like some of you, this could be on the table, or it could even be like a new job or a new opportunity. But, or even if you're self-employed, it could come with higher sales or more clients or something like this here showing up. At the top of the pyramid, you do have the Four of Wands, which is foundations and achievements. Four of Wands is also one of the marriage cards. It can also represent a new start in life. As you know, when you get married and you start to have a family, that's definitely a new start in your life. And so I definitely feel like there is some sort of new start here. And I think that there is a really happy sort of outcome for you if you're on this timeline. And I think continuing to emit a high vibration and a high frequency is really going to help you out in this week. And also, I'm going to say it again for the 100th time, which is be very careful that you are not sabotaging, okay? Because you deserve all the success that you are getting. Yeah, here we go, right? This person's discontent and bored, which is a form of self-sabotage. So just recognize that it's completely okay and fine to be successful. And I would say, you know, take the opportunities that are coming in for you. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.